Lift up Pasuk Yutes. Pasuk Yutes Kashet Tziva Hashem es Moshe. V'yifkidem Bamidbar Sinai. As Hashem had commanded Moshe, he counted them Midbar Sinai. Now, what does it have to conclude? You know, usually in the Torah when it says that, it says Lagit Shvochet Shloshina. To tell us that praiseworthiness, he did exactly as he was instructed. I mean, what's the whole idea of counting? Why is it so difficult? Kashetziv Hashem es Moshe. Vayifkedem, they were counted in Midbar Sinai. But why? I understand that. Why shouldn't they do that? That what?
The question is why they counted.
No. He was told to count them. So it says Moshe gathered them, and they brought their pedigree. According to that, Kashet Shiva Hashem es Moshe. Okay. And they were counted in Midbar Sinai. What does it tell me about that? It seems to be it's unnecessary. But why shouldn't they count them in the scribe manner? I mean, by David. That's the answer. No. Because factually, David didn't count them properly. According to Ramban, he counted them not only from 20 and above, he counted from 13 and above. And that's why there was a Magefa, that's why there was a plague. Because he counted it, let's know the true number. No, it was exactly as he was instructed. That's how he counted. Now, that's interesting. Next post. Vayu b'nei Ruvain, Bechor Yisrael. What does he have to be identified as Bechor? He b'nei Ruvain. Toldosam, b'shchos, b'esavos, mispa shemus, gulosam, kol zochem, mibenesum, shoro v'bal, ko yetzitzova. Right, we're speaking about the children, the sons of Ruvain, who was the Bechor Yisrael. Toldosam, Toldosam, Mishpachosam, Beisavosam, from the paternal line, the families, the number of names, so on and so forth. No, Bechor. He's the Bechor Yisrael. He's the Bechor of Yaakov. He's the Bechor of Yaakov. Right? No. He's the Bechor. Here we're talking about, this is now. We're identifying B'nai Ruvain. Who's Ruvain? Bechor Yisrael. What does have to? I know Ruvain. It now has no relevance. We're counting them. The children of Bechor have no greater value. No, they have no greater value than any other Jew. We're counting the Shvatim. Right? We're counting the tribes, the men above the age of 20 each tribe. What is you B'nai Ruvain, B'nai Shimon. Right? What do we need? What do we have to identify as Bechor Yisrael? No. So you take a look at this Siforno. Shlo novo maloso b'dinei shamayim. The Torah wants to say that although he did the chet, and as a result of that he lost many of his rights, nevertheless, but in the eyes of Hashem, he was not diminished. Okay? Shel nov ma'alosa b'dinei shamayim, mimnei chashivuso, mimnei tshuvoso, because he did tshuva. Ki inviu b'nei Yaakov shnei Moser, as it says, b'nei Leo, b'chor Yisrael, Yaakov Ruvain, as it says immediately afterwards, when they were counted, so many children from Leo, he's identified as Bechor Yaakov. Although, why? Because he did tshuva. Api shenofel mimeno b'dinei odom. He only was diminished in the application which has to do with his function in this world. But in the eyes of Hashem, he was not diminished. You know, it's interesting. We find Dasna Aviram later, especially the way the Or Chaim HaKadosh explains it, his issue with Korach and the way they came against Moshe Rabbeinu, they held they were what? They were superior. They were superior to all other Jews. Why? Because they're the children of the Bechor, right? They're B'nai Ruvain. They're B'nai Ruvain. They have a right, and therefore, people were intimidated by them because of their level of status, especially now. This actually confirms what they really felt. Vayu B'nai Ruvain Bechor Yisrael. So if the Torah is telling it was Bechor Yisrael, that means when they were counted, they were treated special. because he's the Bechor. He's the Bechor, so they were out. They had this, actually, their egos were inflated. Right? The whole idea of Reuven, Dosan was all gaiva, besides the rishus that they had. It was their arrogance, the way they spoke to Moshe Rabbeinu. Pkuteim l'mati Reuven. The numbers for the Mati Reuven, Shisha v'arboim elef. V'chamesh meos, 46,500. B'nei Shimon toldos mishchos b'isavos pkud of misper shemes gos kozocha ben esem shonim v'malo Kiyetzit Sova Pkuteim l'mati Shimon Tisha v'chavishim elef 59,000 shlosh meos. Now it's interesting. Over here, the Ramban asks, we count each one individually, and then no, Levi is not counted. That's the Torah says later why they're not counted. So, because ultimately when there's going to be the decree they should die, if they would have been counted as part of the group, they would have had to die in the Midbar. But since they weren't counted as part of the group, so when the Chet Meraglim happened, they weren't affected. That's why they counted separately, Levi. They're called Legion Shel Melech, the legion. It's the legion of the king. That's what they refer to, Legion Shel Melech. Okay, so the Ramban asks, we first count, we have the numbers of each tribe, all the numbers, and we say, this is the Machmer, and then we take all of them and say, you know what the number is? 600,000, 601,000, so many. We can do the math ourselves. If each tribe is so much, and each camp is made up of 3 tribes, just add up the numbers. Torah doesn't have to add up the numbers. Give me the sum total. Then when I have all 12, together with the Levim, how many I have? I have over 60,000. Torah doesn't have to do the. He says, the Ramban, for very often a person to be appreciative, you have to realize certain things. You can do the math yourself. It says, B'shivin nefesh yardu avseinu Mitzrayim. There were 70 people, individuals who went to Egypt. Do you know what today? Well, this tribe is this, that. So by adding the numbers together, it amazes you even to a greater degree. He says, Lahafli b'shvil ha'chesed, to be taken aback, the chesed that Hashem did with us. We came to Egypt. We had the numbers were minuscule, 70. From 70 you go to 6, and this is men. This is besides the women and the children. So appreciation for the chesed of Hashem. That's what the Torah does all the math. First in smaller numbers, adding it, then the total sum total. Okay, Ernie's going to tell me the history of his graduate podiatry school. First year, and he barely covered his overheads. Second year, it tripled. Fourth year, that's what he tells the story. The 6th year, he was over the top. What did he talk in between? Graduate medal. 6th year, like that. Okay, but the whole sense of how I grew and developed, you don't have that appreciation. Understand? You have an appreciation of how it unfolded and what Hashem did for you, what He provided. Okay, you have to speak each person's language. Sometimes you have to start from the soul and work up to the head. Okay. No. It's not production, no. There's a siphon over there. If I have a bag of diamonds and I give you the bag, do you have an appreciation for what I'm giving you? It's only by seeing the different species, the males, the females, and the value, that's why you spread it out. It doesn't make it look like more. No, to see what I gave you, otherwise you don't even understand what I gave you. Just the opposite. It says, even if you give a child some food, they would smear the eyes of the child, so the parent would ask, who gave you the food? Even something, a piece of bread with some jam on it, the Gemara says in Be'ah. You're mixing it up.